Hi everybody, Keith here. Hey, just a quick update. Wanted to let everybody know I finally got my packet of tax papers, and yesterday I filed a what I call an affidavit in demand for full and complete discharge and notice of intent to file claim. And basically, it's a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but it turned out to be 16 pages. Um, but I think I've got everything covered for what I'm learning so far as well. And I'll be glad to send that to anybody that wants a copy of that. You'll have to private message me and give me your email address so I can send it to you. It's my own publication. I'll give it to anybody I damn well please. So whether it's a mistake on there or not, I've broken no laws. You're free to have it. Use it as a learning instrument. Um, this is just a document that I produced in regards to my own set of circumstances, so that I can use it as a rebuttal, I guess, is what I would call it right now, because it's not actually a claim. Other than that, the tax papers I got, I'm quite proud of. Thanks to folks out there that have been helping me along the way, and all the different attack modes and combat modes, whatever you want to call them, because it's truly only the belligerent claimant that has any rights. If you're not belligerent about it, then you're acquiescing. Anyway, first one I got the 2016 General Instructions for Certain Information Returns. And then I have the W-9, Request for Taxpayer Identification Number and Certification. It's got a few pages of instructions with it. Don't know if I'm going to use that one yet or not. That's not particularly mentioned in regards to filing a claim or anything. So that's just, I believe that's on the end of taking over that straw man, getting the UCC filing and DBA and all that. Then I have what I call, and anybody that's been to prison will get this, what I call snitch papers. This is it's called a 3949A, and what it is, it's a information referral, is what they call it. Anybody that's been to prison would call it a kite. Um, Basically, what you're doing is you're telling the IRS, hey, um, I've got this account, this straw man account, and it's been securitized, and I think there's some funny things going on. Would you investigate that? Basically, that's what that is. That's a 3949A. There's also uh, documents called FINCEN, and then it's a 104, or excuse me, a 101 and a 104. Those are financial. I can't remember what the CEN stands for, but they're financial documents you would file to do the same thing. Hey, there's some funky stuff going on in this account, and I need it investigated. Um, and I'm quite new at this. I don't know if I'm going to do both, but at this point in time, I think it might be wise, because then you're getting more than just one person investigating. You don't have something like the police investigating the police. But anyway, that's what that is. Then I've got the 1096 forms, which go along with your 1099s and 1099 ODs, OIDs, when reporting those. And it's basically just a short little thing here at the top. Um, and these are not documents that you can copy off here. These other ones, they're all black and white. Feel free to copy them off, but these are um, special issue from the IRS only. You have to use these documents. And this one here, like I said, it's just the short form at the top, and then the rest of it is all um, instructions on how to fill that out. And then I've got the 1099s OIDs. original issue discount. And it comes with a form 2016 instructions for forms 1099 INT and 1099 OID. I haven't checked out the INT yet. I'm wondering what that is, but I just got these, so I'll check into it later. But for now, this is what you would use for the 1099 OIDs. Again, IRS issue, do not copy these and send them in. You can copy them to practice, I imagine, which is what I'm going to do. Fuck them if they don't like it. And but these are special carbon papers, carbon copy papers that you need to fill out. So you cannot use just a regular copy. And again, this is these are the 1099A and 1099Cs. I do have some 1099Bs, but they come in a separate instruction packet. The instruction packet for 1099A and 1099C is all in one packet. And then you have a individual packet for 1099Bs. And then, of course, you have Form 56. These are all documents that are going to go into your account to do your offset and payments and all that, and take care of that set of 2 books. Remember, people, The Wizard of Oz, The Yellow Brick Road, Follow the Money. There's 2 sets of books. You got the story that's going on around you, and then all of a sudden you pull behind the curtain and there's somebody else writing a different set of books. Don't believe what you're seeing either, folks. This is all stuff you got to do yourself and find out. Everybody has a different set of circumstances, and if you're afraid, then you're acquiescing. You can only go forward by being a belligerent claimant. Understand this stuff, people. You can only go forward by knowing this stuff yourself. You have to investigate all the different avenues. I just read a post earlier. People with different views on how to go about it. Well, you have to accept all the different views. You have to be open-minded and willing to be able to go forward in the process. And part of the process is being open-minded. You have to be open-minded and accept the different views of everybody and be able to put them in what I like to call a convention and discuss the different points with yourself and come to a rational and logical action according to your own set of circumstances. Everybody's different. Every court case is different. My court cases are always different from my previous court case, because even though it's got the similarity that I use to make the difference of everybody else's court cases, which is that fictitious name and the names that I own, which of course are also 2 separate things. They're also 2 different things. But my court case is always different because it uses those names rather than the names of any case law or anything. It's always going to be different. It's good to use case law in accordance with your own case, but don't ever combine the 2 and say this is the same. That's why my rebuttal piece here ended up being 16 pages, because I'm using portions from all different sectors, all different, whether it be legal and lawful. I'm using their state codes and statutes against them, federal rules and of procedure, things like that. You have to be able to take in all this stuff, comprehend it according to your own. You have to be able to separate those other cases, all that case law, and what it means according to somebody else. You got to quit getting into these arguments and learn how to just express the truth, I guess. Because everything can be used. It's all vital. It's all part of all of us and how we've all evolved. And if we can't accept part of that, then we're not accepting the whole. In order to be that, quote, sovereign, compared to being sui juris, competent to manage all of my own affairs, compared to being self-governing, compare it to being an individual, It's all the same and it's all different. Everybody has their own different views of it. Me, myself, I'm just a man. That's it. Simple. I'm going to use everything that man has used in his past, in my past, to my advantage, so that I can give that advantage forward to the next person. Sorry about that phone call. I'll call him back. In the meantime, this is all stuff that we need to be aware of, and I think I'm going to leave off with a few things that I've copied out, and it has to do with your constitutional rights. And this is totally different than your inherent rights, your unalienable rights. Your unalienable rights are the exact same as mine. Why? Because I expect certain things out of my life and how people treat me, and in order to expect that, I have to give them. In order to expect you to treat me with respect, I have to treat you with respect. That's how it works. In order for you to love me, I have to love you. In order for you to like me, I have to like you. In order for me to accept your values, I have to accept my own. And if I'm going to accept your values, if they're higher than mine, then I have to step up. That's the evolution on an individual basis. As we grow in life, when we become more accepting. So anyway, here's what I'm closing out with in regards to your constitutional rights. These are 3 clips that I've copied out, and references are given, sources, whatever. One here says, whatever fringes the state may set for those who are endeavoring to assert rights that the state confers, the assertion of federal rights, when plainly and reasonably made, is not to be defeated under the name of local practice. And this says Davis versus Wexler, 263 U.S. 2224, 1923. That's Davis versus Wexler, 263 U.S. 22, 24, and then in parentheses it's 1923. Says it has long been established that a state may not impose a penalty upon those who exercise a right guaranteed by the Constitution. I'm going to read that one again. It has long been established that a state may not impose a penalty upon those who exercise a right guaranteed by the Constitution. Frost versus Railroad Commission of California, 271 U.S. 583. Again, that's Frost versus Railroad Commission of California, 271 U.S. 583. Then we have another one. It's real short. It says Boyd versus U.S. 116 U.S. 616. The court is to protect against any encroachment of constitutionally secured liberties. One thing I want everybody to realize here is this is such a simple statement, and it should be used against every court. Notice I said every court. Every court. Because this statement, Boyd versus U.S. 116 U.S. 616, the court. That's it. It doesn't explain it any further. It doesn't say the civil court. It doesn't say the criminal court. It doesn't say admiralty court. It doesn't say common law court. It says the court is to protect against any encroachment of constitutionally secured liberties. Very important one there. Simplicity is a key. Next one is Miranda versus Arizona, 384 U.S. 436. Where rights secured by the Constitution are involved, there can be no rulemaking or legislation which would abrogate them. Miranda versus Arizona 384 U.S. 436. Again, where rights secured by the Constitution are involved, there can be no rulemaking or legislation which would abrogate them, repeal them. Remember these people. Self-education, I think, is the best way to go, in my opinion. For one can then use the many sources available to determine a rational and logical stance in accordance with their own particular circumstances. Use this stuff, people. Use it. Use it. Use it. Quit letting it go by and omitting it and forgetting it. It's how we got to where we're at today. People quit teaching this to their children, to their offspring. When this country was founded, many of our forefathers and the families that came across with them all knew this stuff, and they were passing it on to their children. Where do you think we got our lawful education before there was any education system to begin with? We were teaching it to our children. It's our right to teach our children what we believe and what we know to be truths. God bless you all. I love you. That's all I got.